With so many people playing video games these days, there are now a bunch of great ways you can turn your hobby into a career. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today, in conjunction with SMITE developer Hi-Rez Studios, we're counting down the top 10 ways you can earn money playing video games.
For someone who wants to be a pro gamer, they should play ranked, get to know a lot of the competitive players, and they can maybe get picked up by a team who's trying to start and build themselves up.
Just as some general advice for all of these topics before we start, we do not recommend quitting your day job right away to try these tips, as some do require a lot of patience over time to build audiences and clients in order to generate enough revenue.
Crazy, it's a legitimate job. People have LLCs and businesses, and it's really crazy.
Number 10, use gaming skills in a practical field. This may sound a bit far-fetched, but your skills in certain games could be used to get you the experience you need to take on some professional work. Take, for example, Jan Mattenborough from the UK, whose obsession with Gran Turismo eventually earned him a place in the European Formula 3. Also, armed forces across the world now use video games to help train soldiers and specialists, with the US Army notably releasing America's Army to help gain the interest of potential soldiers. Use your head and you might find something that someone hasn't thought of. Number 9, selling characters, gold. So you've amassed a huge amount of in-game wealth in your favorite MMO. Maybe you hit max level a while ago. Maybe you've got that ultra rare item that's so coveted by your fellow players. But regardless, now that you're done with the game, what do you do with your character and all that gold? Well, some people are willing to buy your in-game characters and currency for real-world cash. Easy money for you, a quick shortcut for them. Just be careful. Scams abound and many games forbid this practice. So, know the rules before you buy or sell anything. Number 8, make game guides.
Okay, everybody, today we are going to talk about what is ganking.
With new games coming out all the time, there's always going to be a demand for knowledge of what to do when you get stuck, or tips on how to get the edge in a multiplayer match. Someone's got to write those walkthroughs. Websites like Killer Guides can now buy your game guides that you have written and publish them as ebooks for others to purchase and pay you for.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Alternatively, if you have a good capturing software, how-to videos and online walkthroughs through YouTube are also ideal options. But we'll talk a little bit more about YouTube later. Number 7, game testing.
There's a lot of people that want to test video games, but they have to realize that it's different from playing video games.
Are you one of those people who likes to find ways to break their game? Well, this job might just be for you.
The whole point of QA is to try to break everything you possibly can.
One of the few jobs in the gaming industry that requires little prior experience. Your job as a quality assurance tester is essentially to play the game, usually a specific part, over and over again in an effort to make it break or glitch out, and then report your findings to the developers. It can get repetitive playing the same part again and again, but it's also a great way to get your foot in the door of the gaming industry.
They find all the mistakes everyone else makes, and then they bug people until they get fixed.
Number 6, write about games.
If you want to be more analytical and really learn a game, it's just paying attention to the small things.
There's always something new happening in the gaming industry, be it interesting stories, reviews for new releases, or blogging about games that aren't very well known. Since there's a lot of new and upcoming publications, mostly on the web, you'll be able to begin by freelancing with various sites, or you can start your own blog and eventually monetize it to earn revenue. Make sure you know how to utilize search tags, and it also helps to be unique if you want to build an audience, since you don't want to be labeled as just another reviewer. Number 5, work in the industry. QA testing not for you? Or maybe you've been doing it for a while and you're ready for something bigger. The next step is actually working on the games in question. Nothing gets you closer to the games that you love than being part of their very creation. And just because you aren't a programming whiz doesn't mean there isn't a place for you in the industry. Art design, public relations, marketing, social media management, game design doesn't just end with the designers.
You don't have to necessarily be involved with creating the game. We have a number of people that are involved in the publishing of the game. So that may be doing website design, that may be doing video editing.
For more tips on how to break into the gaming industry, check out our other video on how to do just that.
I'd encourage people to go to the best school that they can and really try to get good grades, because that helps you get your foot in the door. It helps your resume stand ahead.
Number 4, win eSports tournaments.
Guys, I'm so excited for this, and I'm so excited for the World Championships.
They will compete against teams from around the world for the $1.4+ million prize pool.
While only the very smallest percentage of players are good enough to even compete in the larger tournaments, this is something that a select group of people make a lot of money off of.
These players that we have, they are the best of the best. You know, when you're playing basketball, baseball, football in school, they tell you not to look for the NFL, NBA because it's such a small percentage. Same idea with gaming.
Your best chances to get involved in this scene are usually to join a team and play with other professional players to get the practice you need. The best way to get into a team is to get involved in the online ranked matches, be active in the community, and most importantly, don't be a dick.
A lot of players who are really good and wanted to be competitive kind of got shunned just because of their poor attitude. So you always want to be nice and friendly to whoever you're playing with.
Number 3, sponsorships.
Essentially what happens is sponsors will generally contact you when you're large enough, because basically what a sponsorship is, it's advertisement. So when you are starting out and you have 20, 25 viewers on your fledgling channel, it doesn't really behoove a company to give you stuff.
So you've joined a team, but how do you get paid in between tournaments? That's where sponsorships come in. When your team has a large enough reputation, sponsors can support you, either with merchandise or cash, usually in exchange for showing off their products, like headsets, chairs, or gaming mice.
People get all sorts of sponsors, whether it's Razer or Intel or Gunner. Like, people just want to have their product, their gaming-related product, in front of the gamers that are watching you.
Not a pro player? Well, sponsorships can also come to you, if you just so happen to fall into our next 2 entries. Number 2, let's play videos.
If you like to make money in the industry outside of working in the industry, look into being a live streamer or a YouTuber, creating your own content.
It's the latest trend on YouTube these days. Gamers with electronic personalities that play games while giving commentary and feedback on the game they're playing. Some YouTubers use an in-camera feed, and the most popular players almost all eventually get sponsors for their channels. If you're planning on doing this, it certainly helps to make a proper investment in a decent system and capturing software, as well as a quality microphone. And make sure you feel dedicated, because if you're not interested, your viewers won't be either.
And you have to remember that your job is to play video games, and that's really still your focus.
Number 1, live streaming.
For streaming, there's usually 3 tips I give people. Make sure you have a computer that can stream 720p at 30 frames per second. Make sure that you have a schedule so people know where to find you and when to find you. Similar to a TV show, that way you get the regulars coming up and it's not just like a random stream and people don't know when you're going to go on. And the third one is have something unique about you. Now, being unique could be that you're a pro player, it could be that you're really entertaining, it could be that you play drunk all the time. There's several things that can make you unique and different from a streamer, but you don't just want to be a bland, boring personality that's mediocre at the game. You're not going to get viewers that way.
Just like Let's Play videos, but instead of recorded, Twitch TV is perhaps the biggest live streaming website out there now, where you can earn money through both ad revenue and through subscriptions.
Twitch TV is a pretty amazing platform for live streaming video gaming. At this point, they have over 50 million people every month that are watching about 1 million broadcasters play games.
Don't expect large audiences on day one. Most people who stream for about a year can only get an average of 100 viewers.
A lot of people start out and they immediately assume, oh, I'm gonna have a ton of viewerships. You're gonna start out with like 0 to 5.
The best way to build an audience is to interact with them. If you give them good reasons to stick around, they'll keep coming back for more.
GG, we win.
Do you agree with our list? Is there any advice that you would give to others? For more informative top 10s published daily, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Good game.